Okay, I have to say I'm pretty damn confused here. Leah's saying, hang in there, fight the good fight. But Emma is saying by doing so, I'm an asshole because, let's face it, hanging in there would mean that you are working towards that ultimate goal of getting more out of the friendship than just a mere simplistic friendship. I spent 10 plus years playing the nice chivalrous one. I mean, let's face it, I still train with a sword. I still bloody use words like lest and milady. No one does it anymore, except for me, apparently. However, there has to come a point where there has to be some sort of payoff to me, otherwise, it all seems for naught. So, yes, I guess in that aspect I am an asshole. By the way, 5 minutes is not nearly enough time to say, hey, I'm not gonna get sex out of this, am I? So there's no point in it. What I'm talking about is the women that will use men just as men use women. The only difference being that men tend to, and I admit to this, men tend to use women for physical means. However, why is it that you women deny this fact that you use men for emotional means? Now, my terminology for this idea and concept is using a man as an emotional maxi pad. I guess I am an asshole for saying this, but eventually I'm going to tell her to go bleed elsewhere. Because it's not quite fair. Now, the problem with the friend zone thing is when a man is placed in this zone, he's expected to sit there, listen to this girl talk about all these men she's been with and whatnot, and the man's going, well, he sounds like a real dick. And here I am listening to your problems, helping you through them and what have you. Yet you just leave me in the shadows when I'm obviously the better choice. And 5 years? I mean, kudos to your hubby for having that much patience, but that's not for me. I'm getting older. And that's just it. The ambition of men is brought on by the realization of mortality. I'd like to get somewhere way before 5 years. I'll give it maybe 6 months to a year. But the thing is, oh, I gotta take a drink. The thing is, women are constantly denying the fact that they tend to delude men into thinking that they're going to get somewhere, when in all reality, they're probably not. I mean, your Leah, your husband's case is very, very rare as far as I'm concerned. I have helped girls stop cutting because of their asshole boyfriends. I even put one guy in the hospital because he was beating the crap out of her. I have helped them with their emotional scarrings and what have you. Yet, nothing came of this. When they didn't need me for that kind of thing, I was just left sitting in the dark, waiting for the next time that they needed to bleed on me. I may be an asshole for starting to think like that, like, oh, I should be feeling great because I helped them fix their problems and all this stuff, but really, let's be logical here. It seems in those situations I was being used with no payout. Now, I may be too much of a mercenary mind for you guys to understand, but I think Leah kind of knows me a little better than that. I can't understand or grasp the reason why women think a man is an asshole when he ducks out of a simplistic friendship because it's not going the way he wanted. What is he to do? You women claim you want an honest man. An absolutely honest man. But the second he's fucking honest with you, you berate him. So what's the other option? Personally, I become very, very cold and distant to these women. And what does that do? The same fucking result as hanging in there, fighting the good fight, hoping for something more than just a friendship. They think I'm an asshole because I said, hey, look, I can't do this anymore. You're telling me about all these assholes that beat on you verbally or physically while I'm being chivalrous and extremely nice and kind, yet you only ever fucking talk to me when you actually have a problem to deal with. And I guess that is where I came up with the idea of the friend zone. It's like being on call. The whole back burner bullshit. And I really don't know what the hell else to say. I can't explain myself any further. But please stop labeling all men assholes because they ditch a girl because things aren't going the way they wanted. Because let's face it, who's the real asshole in that situation? The girl that deludes the man into thinking that he's going to end up with something more than just his friendship? And in doing so, she actually gets what she wants out of it, a dump for her emotional issues and a means of having some simple fun. Whereas the guy is likely thinking, I'm starting to think this girl's starting to like me a little more than a friend. And I'm telling you this, girls will play off of that hardcore. Part of the reason why I fucking drink now. I wasted 3 years of my life deluding myself into thinking I found love. Well, guess what? It was no more than a prolonged friendship with the occasional sexual encounter. So I guess I am an asshole for being jaded. Yes, I believe that's the correct terminology. And being cold, distant, bitter, and developing this Merrick Recuo, a vampiric, arrogant ass who still holds on to this fucking code of honor I can't get rid of. Which reminds me, I am going to be doing a video about that because despite what I'm saying here, I absolutely hate men who disrespect women, okay? And some of you may say I disrespect them by ducking our relationship, or friendship. Friendship, relationship, same fucking thing. But anyway, some of you may think I'm disrespecting a girl by doing that. No, if anything, I am doing her a favor because if I stuck around and listened to all this shit she gets into with all these other guys, it's going to drive me bloody insane, and chances are I'm going to be an even bigger ass and a prick and what have you by continuing to talk to her. So, I, guys, the only thing I can tell you is to just go with your instincts, but honestly, for me, the best thing to do is just to be like, well, I had fun with this simple friendship while it lasted, but I would like a little more. Well, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't like you like that. Okay, well, I'm going to go elsewhere then. Goodbye. It Okay, that is an asshole thing to do, but still, it's better than feeling like you're used the whole damn time. It's like having I don't know if any of you know that movie Good Luck Chuck. It seems that every single time I meet a girl and I end up sleeping with her, she finds the man of her dreams and ends up marrying him. It's kind of funny when I think about it, but it's also very irritating. Now, this is exactly why I did create that whole vampiric persona and became bitter and seemingly emotionless. And as my therapist, who I actually talked to, said, you are a narcissist and possibly a borderline sociopath. The only difference being is I'm okay with the sociopath thing because it's like an on and off switch. I know when to turn on my emotions and when to turn them off. I tend to keep them turned off as much as possible. But anyway, just stop calling men assholes if they duck out of a friendship because it's not going the way they want it. In my case, it's more or less helpful because it'd be more harmful, not just for me, but for you as the female to stick around because then I'll be real cold, I guess you'd say, and distant towards you. So it's best that I just stop talking to you, period. And on that note, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna drink more and smoke more. That's all I'm gonna do.